Enugu, all parts of
north.
life.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now your unit actually commands from where to where? Where's your official hold?
If we want to look at the extent of my command, I command from the Long Bridge down to the AP towards Shagamu.
Like I said, because of those watching, let's explain the Long Bridge.
If you're coming from Lagos, heading
we'll
towards
get to a
Ibadan,
point called Baga, okay?
Yes. When you get to Opik, anything they call Ogun State from there, any Ogun State landmark after Lagos State, that's where my unit starts from. So the Long Bridge is even within Ogun State.
Yes.
So if you talk of the Kara, Opik is in Ogun State. So
yes.
Let's take Ogun State, Opik as a landmark.
Okay.
Opik down through the Long Bridge, through Ibafo, through Oremeji, through Ashishi, through Mowe, through the Redemption Camp itself, down to the youth center until you head towards Shagamu, then you get to Kara. That is where I cover. And the radius like that.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, no, now, the Congress is here, is ready within us, is here already. Now, let's take it one step after the other. Are there laid down rules for commercial vehicles concerning this Congress?
It's not just commercial vehicles. There are laid down rules to all vehicles. But for the purpose of emphasis, there are some things that are peculiar to the commercial vehicles, especially at the Kapaksi. The Kapaksi junction had been a place that commercial vehicles used to pick up their passengers and drop their passengers. And of course, I want to say that this period, we've started enforcing it, but it will be more within this period. If you get to the road, even today, I have a strict marching order to at least deploy men all through the areas, especially within the construction zone, where you have laybys, where all these commuters can drop off their passengers and pick up their passengers. So any of these commuters, transporters, that would not go through this layby and pick up or take passengers, my men are there, they will be arrested, and they will not be released.
Can you please describe the spot? You said the buses should be laid off their passengers, where their passengers can get off the bus?
For example, I have a place around Ashishi. It's a construction area. There is a diverted traffic around that area.
Okay.
So which means we have only one lane taking the tow and fro traffic. So there is a place that is carved out, which in form of lay-by, where commercial vehicles need to go into, pick or drop their passengers, and get out to enter the mainstream of the express. I have detailed my men there as we speak. They are there warding off any of these commercial vehicles, even private vehicles, that are attempting to either stop or do anything within that area. In fact, that was where I went to ensure that men are positioned where they should be before coming for this program, and they are well positioned.
Okay. Now, let's look at the traffic now. Let's look at the traffic during the Congress, because like you know, there will be lots of inflow of people that will be coming to the Redemption Camp for the Congress for 2018, which is glory ahead. But then, let's look at traffic from, let's start from, I would love to start from, I'm trying to remember the name of this particular bus stop now, where the footbridge is being constructed.
Ibafo.
Yes, Ibafo.
Outward Lagos.
Yes.
Okay, that's around Oremeji. That is the construction area is around
Beautiful,
Oremeji.
you got it right, yes.
Good.
Let's take from there, because I know from that point, traffic will be heavy, obviously.
We're not envisaging any form of broken down vehicle. If there is none, as I speak, I have 2 vehicles, or 2 of my complete teams there now as we speak. And they are there to ensure that people don't cluster around there, thereby creating hiccup. That funnel, all we need to do is go in systematically and get out systematically. At the beginning of that funnel, I have my men there. At the exit of that funnel, my men are there. The strategy or the thing we're looking at is, by the time the people at the back, that is inward the funnel, observe that traffic is building up, they will communicate with somebody at the outer part of the funnel. What is happening at your hand? Are there vehicles coming? If there is none, which means there is a problem in between, they will go through the construction zone, find a way of removing that obstacle, and ensure free flow of traffic. That is the strategy we've just put in place now.
Okay, talking about removing vehicles. Are there towing vehicles? Are there towing vehicles on?
We have positions towing vehicles. Even our own vehicle is on standby. And the traffic squad of the Redeemed Christian Church of God too, they made provision for even their own tow vans too. So immediately there is any, we communicate with any of them, they come there, remove the vehicle, and there will be free flow of traffic.
Before we came live on air, there was this question I asked you, and I'd love to ask you now, since we're on air now. What about Nigerians that I know pretty well that sometimes could decide to say, look, I want to disobey the law? They just want to do it, like, for no reason. What about Nigerians like, okay, go this left, and the person says, I'm going this right. I want to turn right.
We emphasize people like that. And that's why the Corps Marshal had given a marching order that any vehicle arrested either within the construction zone or outside the construction zone within this period. You see, we're not preparing only for the Congress. We're preparing even for the Yuletide season, the Christmas, the New Year, because we know that it is getting to the peak. So since there is Congress now, it will flow into the Yuletide. So we've made our preparation right from now. Like, we are deploying over 100 staff to this command of mine, to add to my men, to ensure that we are properly positioned on shift basis for 24/7, for 24 hours. So the idea of something happening in the middle of the night, men are not there to work on it, will not come up. So these are some of the things we have put in place. If that Lagos-Ibadan Express is blocked, Nigerian can't go to sleep. Everybody will have eyes opened. Road safety cannot sleep. Every other commuter cannot sleep. Motorists cannot sleep. Nobody could sleep. So that is why most of our resources now is being committed to this Lagos-Ibadan Express, to making sure that the Congress, the Yuletide season, and everything goes seamlessly without any hiccup.
Okay, are you getting any assistance from these companies that are fixing the express road right now? Like, okay, we know Julius Berger is fixing the road there, trying to create a new path so that it will be smoother and all that and all that. Are you saying these companies are adding a bit of stress, more? I wouldn't want to use the word problem, but are they adding stress to your job?
Well,
or are they assisting as well?
In terms of assistance, their machines are there too. The ones they could do with their machines, they use it. However, to every gain must be accompanied by some pains. Probably because we need a smooth road, we must experience some of these pains to achieve the gains. Because there is no way they will work on the express without, cutting off some
demarcating, of course, yes.
Diverting some.
Yes.
So, a situation where that happens, definitely vehicles that are supposed to be flowing freely, probably on 3-4 lanes at their different lanes, will have to manage the available one lane. And the moment there's a broken down vehicle, it becomes a problem. And a minute hiccup on the express will create about 5 kilometers problem in terms of a traffic gridlock, in terms of length of traffic. So by the time you now remove the obstruction, clearing the backlog is another problem. So that is why we are there now to make sure that we have quick intervention, quickly remove all these obstacles, either crashed vehicle, either broken down vehicle. That's why we are there now to ensure that we'll be there as it happens. We'll be able to speed up our activity, give quick intervention before the traffic gets out of hand.
Well, seriously, I would like to ask you this question. I can't count the number of times I've gone through and I've passed that road to the office, back to Lagos. But the truth is this. I've seen potholes, very huge potholes that can actually decide to even contain a road trailer, how big a pothole could be on that express road. And yet, you move another 30 kilometers, you move just a kilometer, and then you see a company fixing the road. Don't you think it's advisable of the Federal Road Safety Corps sometimes to let this company say, look, fill these potholes for us so that we won't be able to just get into this gridlock most of the time? Why? Don't you have the jurisdiction to do that? Look, we need to, there's a bad road. You guys are fixing the road, but help us block this one so that the cars can move freely.
In fairness to them, they do. Like,
but I see them.
I'm coming. We just left the rainy season now. Okay, about 3-4 months ago, we held a meeting with them, highlighting some of these areas. For example, the rough portion at Kapaksi, You agree with me it has been taken care of?
Yes.
You will agree with me that the rough portion around the Oremeji had been taken care of. They did some palliative work, even around Ibafo Market. These are due to some of our observations and recommendations to them. Unfortunately, asphalt and water, they can never be friends. During this heavy downpour again, it gets washed away. Just 2 days ago, let me just tell you, we held a meeting at the instance of my zonal commanding officer.
Okay.
With men of Julius Berger, men of the ROCC, and of course, the head of COSEN, that is Core Safety Engineering from the national headquarters in Abuja, and sector commanders from Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo State. We held a meeting where we highlighted...
Just 2 days ago, you said?
Just 2 days ago.
Okay.
We held a meeting highlighting some of these problems, and of course, we catalog some of these areas where we have potholes, which they promised that within a period of 1 week, they will fix most of these places. And one joyful thing again, before the Yuletide period, I can say it because it's something we agreed on. Before the Yuletide period, they will remove all this barricade. Even when the construction is not over, they will remove it and create a free flow of traffic so that people can move to and fro. Then they come back in January to continue their construction. So that is one of those things we even agreed on that must be done. Otherwise, everybody will be in problem within the Yuletide period. So as for now...
The way you said it was so funny.
No, it's the truth.
Everybody.
Everybody. It's the truth. You see, you came to the studio, you came from somewhere.
Yes.
If there are traffic hiccups or problems somewhere, you can't even get to the studio as expected. So everyone is concerned. And let me tell Nigerians too, we are not magicians. We are not ghosts. We need information. If you can't get our numbers, we have 122. It's a tariff-free number where you can call. Please, there is a broken down vehicle here, because we might concentrate our efforts somewhere working on something. Maybe something else is happening somewhere else where we're not. Anybody can pick his mobile phone, punch 122, tell them exactly the landmark, they will communicate with the nearest command and we'll get there. So we're not magicians to know that something is happening except we get there or we are informed appropriately. So Nigerians should endeavor to help us. Safety is everybody's business.
Yes.
It is not just Federal Road Safety Corps. It's everybody's business. So we do it together, manage it together, go freely together. It is our cross. We must carry it together.
Okay, remember, in case you're watching us live, we want to say thank you so much for being part of this live broadcast. We're looking at the road to the Congress 2018. Remember, it's coming up in about a few days. To be precise, it's starting on the 3rd of December, which happens to be Monday, till the 8th. And of course, we have the unit commander for Mowe here of the Federal Road Safety Corps. We have Mr. Kende Amzat. And of course, so far, they've been trying to tell us how much more that you and I will not be able to get to find ourselves in a traffic gridlock as far as this Congress is concerned. But we'll be letting you have a question to him later on. Probably in a few minutes, we'll open the phone lines. But before we do that, sir, en route Shimawa, I'm sure that's the target of most people coming for the Congress, Shimawa itself.
Of course.
Of course. But then we always have the old auditorium always filled up to the brim as well. Now, this is it. From Lagos, how many, am I going to put it now, bypasses do we have that can get people to Shimawa without saying it's a must they have to get to Kapaksi?
Okay. If you're coming from Lagos, around where you're, around Ashishi, there's an opening that leads to this Oyakilomes Church.
Okay, Christ Embassy.
Christ Embassy. There's a road will be opened.
So that's the first you get to.
That's the first opening.
Are there signs that people will get to know that okay, this goes to?
In fact, during the last convention,
yes,
there was a conspicuous sign indicating that they should keep right.
It was too big.
If you are going to RCCG,
yes.
So the same sign will be there. Okay. So if you're going straight, please don't keep to that lane. But if you're going to the redemption camp, keep to the right, and of course you'll get to the that place at Ashishi where you can maneuver into the camp. Then leaving that place, you can get to Loto. Lotto entrance is now free, and of course, it had been taken care of. It has been well graded, at least to a reasonable extent, that you can move through that end, even to Shimawa. Then, well, you said without going to Kapaksi. Kapaksi is another way with which you can go to through the old auditorium to enter through Shimawa if you really want to go through the new auditorium. So these are the access if you come in from Lagos.
But sir, now let's look at one of the menace when it comes to our roads, especially our express roads, Okadas. Is there anything we're going to be doing as far as the Okada riders are concerned on our express road for this particular Congress?
It is not just limited to this Congress period.
Let me put my question into two places. To two parts. First of all, Okadas, we all know that they know how to maneuver themselves within cars on the expressway. They know how to. I don't know how to do it. Like they're like magicians. They just come in and they're out. That's number one. Then number two, I've seen with my two naked eyes on this express road, Okadas plying a one-way. If you're going towards Ibadan from Lagos on the expressway, yes, and the redemption camp is to your right, you see Okadas facing you on a one-way traffic. Will that still continue during this Congress?
It is not supposed to be there to start with. In fact, either going, I'm coming, sir.
Okay.
Going through the normal way of facing the oncoming traffic, Okada has nothing to do on the expressway. There are rules.
I would like to hear that again. Are you saying as far as, okay, thank God you're a Federal Safety Unit Commander?
Yes.
Are you saying to the entire world that Okadas are not meant on any Nigerian express road?
They have no business. The vehicles, these power bikes, are those bikes that are supposed to be on the express, if at all. Now, we don't have an expressway yet.
This is an expressway.
No, it is not.
It's called Lagos Ibadan
Express. When it was fully Lagos, we are trying to take it back.
Oh, okay.
We are trying to take it back
now. Okay.
You see, expressway has its own definition. It is two or more carriageway that has ways to and fro. I mean, the lanes will not be less than two at the two sides with untraversable barrier. And of course, all these U-turns are not supposed to be on an express. Like the Kapaksi turnings we have is not supposed to be there. You can have interchange. That's the only option you have in turning.
Like the one we have at Shagamu interchange.
Yes.
Okay.
These are the only things you find on an express. The other thing you can see is probably an underpass, like the one we have around the Punch. So at Magboro,
yes,
these underpasses are the only thing you can see on an express. The best bet you can have is alternative route. So what the Okadas are doing is just like using the advantage of the fact that this is still under construction. However, be it under construction or not, they have no right whatsoever to face traffic. And they know that what they are doing is risk-taking. I held a meeting with their authorities, the Amoran and the Akomaran. I have held meetings with them, and we have agreed that anybody arrested should be penalized appropriately. I arrest them even on daily basis. As we speak today, I have arrested 4 of them. So if I sit here to say, they don't face one way, I'll be lying to you. But we do arrest them, and some of them know that the moment they are arrested, they are going to pay an enormous fine, at least not less than 50,000 naira.
Wow.
Because they will be charged for dangerous driving violation, and of course, with route violation additive, which is a 55,000. And nothing. The moment I tear my ticket, you pay that fine. And some bikes are there, abandoned because of inability to pay the fine. So not because we don't see them, not because they don't do it, but because we are still enforcing it. And the moment you are caught, we commit you to writing an undertaking, even after paying your fine, that you will not repeat same. So we'll continue to enforce. And from what you have just even mentioned now, between now and probably next week, I will liaise with even other sister agencies so that we work together to ensure that we nip it at the bud.
Oh, thank you very much. That will really be so welcomed by a lot of people. But then, are you partnering with any other agencies at all concerning this Congress, concerning the traffic gridlock that we're trying to make sure it doesn't come to play this time around?
Very well.
Oh, very well. I love the way you
well.
answered that. Very well.
The Nigerian police, the trace, even the traffic section of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, we partner with them. We work together. Even the people who are the legionnaires, we work together to ensuring free flow of traffic within this period. In fact, the commander of the legionnaires just called me before entering this studio that we have to strategize on our best to handle this issue. It had been a problem to everybody. So if you don't need to be called upon before you know that we have to tackle this together. It's a problem that we must tackle together. So we are working together.
All hand in hand.
All of us.
Beautiful. I love that. But what role would the police be playing in all this?
Okay. Like you know, we don't bear arms.
Yes.
And the police do. For example, the traffic section of the Nigerian police arrest people who violate even traffic laws. So those people who want to be stubborn, they call their other arms that is not even within the traffic. We put hands together. You know, there is, when you're saying you are enforcing, you need some element of force. So many times they release their arm back up. So some people who are stubborn, some of these are big men that will carry escorts. With the intervention of the police and whatever, we turn them back. And when they refuse to go back, we'll impound the vehicle. It becomes an issue. Okay.
If you're watching at home, remember you can call in. You can call in to ask your own question. You can call in to ask your own question. With me in the studio is the Assistant Corps Commandant of Mowe Unit of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Mr. Kehinde Hamzat. He's right here with us in the studio. I've been trying to trash out how possible best it will be for this Congress so that we will not be able to experience gridlock of traffic while coming for the Congress, and of course trying to get back home as well. But then, sir, let me quickly ask you this question. I've noticed that the FRSC has been doing everything possible, like you said. I'm looking about accidents now. But what would you say between 2018 so far, has the accidents reduced or has it increased?
You see, annually.
I remember you told me something when we were off air. You said, and I quote, that Nigerians are good drivers.
Yes, Nigerians are good drivers.
Because I know too many people out there still won't believe.
Nigerians are good drivers. All they need to do is attitudinal change. Change in attitude is what we need. You see, call a typical Danfo driver. The way and manner he will drive, if employ a typical Danfo driver, and you, the boss, sit behind the vehicle, let him drive you. You will give him thumb up. But leave him alone to go and drive his Danfo. The way and manner he will drive, you say, should this be the same person that drove me? So it means all we are talking about is nothing but attitude. And that is the change we need. A typical Nigerian knows how to drive very well. And don't forget, during this Yuletide period, some people have parked their vehicles. They don't, you just see them a week or 2 weeks to the Christmas, they will go and remove the vehicle, remove the canopy from the vehicle and put it on the road. After all, it's a new vehicle. New vehicle need to be checked. And that's why we have a lot of problems around this time. So attitude is just the change we need for our drivers to conform. And what is causing this attitudinal change? You talk of the economic situation. I want to go and satisfy my problems at home, family problems. You talk of social problems. Some people during Yuletide period forgetting that there are still a lot of drinks to be taken even after the Christmas and New Year. It is Christmas, New Year, let us drink. And when you drink and drive, you underrate a lot of things. You underestimate a lot of things. And the moment it happens, if you are not dead, you may be turned to vegetable, which we don't prefer.
So I'm so sorry. I need to pause you there. So sorry. We'll hold that thought. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Hello. Good afternoon.
A very good afternoon. What's your name?
Yeah. My name is Mike Adekunle, calling from Redemption Camp.
Okay, Mike Adekunle calling from Redemption Camp. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I want to appreciate you for the wonderful program.
Yes, please go ahead.
I want to also make a comment, especially on Capaxi. What is the road safety officers, what are they doing concerning Capaxi? People crossing around Capaxi. An accident happened there, I understand, I think on Monday or so. So now that we shall be having influx of people along that route, and to ensure we don't have recurrent accidents along that axis, especially pedestrians crossing from the other side of the express to Capaxi.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Adekunle. Thank you so much. Okay.
You see, the issue of Capaxi will soon come and go completely. Let me tell you, in terms of road management and maintenance, the use of road, there is no place where you will have a direct U-turn in front of a public facility like we have in front of the Redeem Gate. So the construction area are already aware of what to do. So the issue of Capaxi problem will soon become a thing of the past. We've discussed that, and it will be taken care of. Just believe on that. Then on what we are going to do within the Congress period, don't forget, our men will be deployed appropriately. The regulars and even the special marshals. The regular and special marshals will be appropriately deployed. Naturally, I will implore everybody to use the footbridge, the pedestrian bridge around Mowe. Unfortunately, some people will find it as too far.
Okay.
So we will still put machinery into place such that somebody will help control traffic, make people pass. Though I know it will have effect on traffic flow, but it's better than losing lives.
Okay. All right. Sorry I kept you waiting. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, sorry I kept you waiting. What's your name?
Yeah, it's okay. My name is Adekunle. I'm calling from Arepo.
Another Adekunle calling from Arepo. Thank you so much, Adekunle. Please go ahead.
I just have a bit of suggestion. And my suggestion is that it should be announced on the podium to members of the church, to members of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, that after services, they should drive nicely. Because most of the problems are even caused by us. When after the service we have listened to a wonderful sermon, we have been spiritually inspired, and then we will not drive properly as we are going out of the camp. That should be properly addressed. And I think it's something that should be announced even from the podium while the service is getting over. That's my contribution.
Mr. Adekunle, thank you so much. I really appreciate that contribution. What would you like to say to that? Because it's true, everybody's in a hurry to leave.
Yes. As I just said, the advice is not given to me, but given to whosoever will be preaching.
But the advice also will get to you because people will be rushing to get into the express.
I agree with you. We will take care of the express. Don't forget, I mentioned something about attitude. Attitude is something you speak to somebody, it sinks into him. During the course of preaching, even during the services, people should be made to know that, please, those blessings you have taken, don't let it turn to curses. How? By driving safely. A defensive driver is that man that leaves home, will not cause himself to crash, will not cause other road users to crash, and will get back home safely. And if we say we are Christians, as Christians, we should love and respect others. Even the scripture does not say you should kill yourself, not to talk of killing somebody else. So, safe driving is all we expect.
Okay, sir. A very good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. I want to ask a question.
Can we get to meet you first? Can we get to meet you? Your name?
My name is Ife. I'm calling from Lagos.
Ife from Lagos. Thank you so much for calling. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I want to find out concerning the Shimawa, if those of us coming from Lagos can access it.
You want to know about the Shimawa axis?
Yes, I want to know if the Shimawa axis coming from Lagos to Ikorodu.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let him get to answer that question. Okay. For those in Ikorodu.
There is no problem. Those in Ikorodu has nothing to do with Lagos. Just go through Shimawa. That area had been given serious palliative measure that you can move in smoothly and go out smoothly.
In fact, are you saying people from Ikorodu have it more smoother?
They have nothing doing in coming into Lagos. They should just pass through the Shimawa, do whatever they want to do,
go back to
and
Ikorodu.
go back through that area.
Wow.
In fact, they will have free movement, a freer movement compared to somebody coming into Lagos.
From Bega?
Yes. And they would have smooth and seamless movement back to wherever they are coming from, especially from Ikorodu.
Okay. Okay, now that's good news for people from Ikorodu. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from.
From Ojota, Lagos.
Your name.
Ramat from Ojota, Lagos.
Okay, Ramat, go ahead.
Yes. Please.
Sorry, I can't continue with that. Ramat, if you can still hear me, Ramat, I know you're watching. Please, if you do call me back, turn down the volume on your television. Just turn it down, or whatever device you're watching me with. Just turn down the volume on that device so that we can have a decent conversation. Now, you actually just mentioned about Ikorodu that it's a freer movement for them.
It's a freer access.
About.
In fact, coming through any part of, coming through Baga, through Ketu, through, I mean, it's a long process. You don't have to do that. Just go through Shimawa. And when you're going back, go through Shimawa. You'll have saved yourself a lot of access.
But like the particular that called, I think I will still go back to what he said. Truly, people always want to rush back home, most especially early Saturday morning after the Friday night service. What do you do to make sure? Because I know traffic towards Lagos too is always locked up. Is there any solution to it? That, okay, you leave Saturday morning and you're home in less than an hour?
Yes. You see, there's nothing you can do concerning traffic volume. And, you know, they close very early. And maybe around that kind
4 a.m.
3:34.
Yes.
And once people get into it, they should be orderly. Look, if we have over 100 persons trying to rush through a door, if they are not orderly, they will get choked at that point, at that focal point, at the entrance of the door.
Okay, please, hold that thought for me. Hello, good afternoon.
This is Ramat from Lagos.
Rama, thank you. Yes, now we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Sir?
Go ahead.
Yes. Yes. I want to find out what you do to these bus stops from Asheshe. Yes. What will you do to the bus stops between Asheshe and the last gate after Lagos bus stop? Because these areas are usually too concentrated. And people coming to redeem for the first time are usually afraid of the type of traffic that is there. Nobody is manning it, apart from that Lagos car park. Secondly, I have noticed over the years that even the law enforcement agents, those driving this pilot vehicle with sirens, drive against the traffic. So what do you do to them with full lights on?
Okay, Ramat, I must quickly say that's a brilliant question. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
There are two sides to a coin. You see, there are some people who are doing essential duty. You see some people, they are armed, police or member of the DSS, facing traffic, going in the opposite, in as much as no rule says they should do that. However,
do you have power to turn them back?
Of course. There is nobody that has authority to go against traffic. But the thing is this. For example, let us look at towing vehicles.
Yes.
And probably there's an hiccup somewhere in the front. And if they say they should go through the normal traffic, they may not get to clear the traffic in front. We'll definitely find a way where they can go and get to that point and remove whichever obstruction.
Okay.
A policeman legitimately going for a legitimate assignment that is time-bound. That is time-bound.
Yes.
That flowing through the normal traffic would probably cause havoc.
Yes.
Probably if there's robbery going on somewhere, and they call the police.
Or a firefighter.
Or for a firefighter. These people, you cannot stop them from carrying out. It's a thing of conscience and mind.
I agree.
Now, somebody who thinks because he's escorting a money bag and going against traffic, if we see such, definitely we'll turn back. We have done that several times.
You were not penalized for it?
And they made trouble. They tried making trouble. But the moment we call the press to start making some video, nobody wants to be chastised.
Okay, please hold that thought again, please, Mr. Hamzat. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, we lost that call. Okay, please continue.
So nobody wants to be seen as a lawbreaker. Even the big man, you will see majority of them would cover their number plates. Majority of them would not want to be identified because of the stupid acts. And unfortunately, the people who are asked to legitimately guard somebody without the instruction of take them through one way or face opposite traffic will think they are with somebody, and they will even be harassing their own colleague. An assignment that they can be detailed even into tomorrow. It is unfortunate. However, we put it together. There are times we tell some of them, go back under serious force. Some of them will go back. Some of them go back. But some will even threaten by releasing shots. Yes, it is as bad as that. So when we discover such situation, we call for backup from men of the Nigerian police that are close. And at that point, we send them back.
Okay. Okay. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Okay, now are you saying to those that have never been to the redemption camp, coming for the very first time, and like the last caller said, some of them might be too scared because of traffic? Are you saying that they have nothing to worry about?
Definitely with the, let me say, even before my meeting with men of Julius Berger, the traffic squad of the Redeemed Christian of Church,
yes, the traffic squad,
met even with the same Julius Berger to put some things in place. In fact, I was expecting one of the leaders of the traffic squad, and he told me they were having meeting with Julius Berger.
Oh, good.
Not even knowing that we will be having
your own meeting,
our own meeting with them. And after which we held, which means we have all been trying to collaborate to ensure a free flow of traffic. And I want to assure worshippers that...
So sorry, sir. So sorry. You continue. Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, and what's your name?
That's my name. I'm calling from Ijushaga.
Ijushaga. Please go ahead, Olawale.
I just want to ask you, what of sometimes you find some bicycle riders on the road, so sometimes on the express road. So is that allowed?
Okay, I think we treated that, but let's get to ask him again. All right. Thank you, Olawale, for asking, for calling in as well. Okada riders, I'm sure that was
like I told you, they are not even allowed to ply the express. Not to talk of riding against traffic. They are not under any law to ply the express, simply put.
This is it. My producer just signaled that we're out of time. But I'm sure people watching at home will still want us to continue with this. But this is what I'm going to let you do. What are the things you expect from anyone driving on this express road during and after this Congress? What would you want from them? What would you expect them? What would you want them to do?
First and foremost...
So that none of them would be in your net.
First and foremost, I want them to obey all traffic rules and regulations. And during the course of driving, they should drive in an orderly manner such that they don't struggle for road. Over time, a continuous flow of traffic will definitely flow off. But a gridlock will delay us more than expected. And if there is any broken down vehicle anybody observes, you should please put a call across to 122 telling us there is a broken down vehicle. And for the avoidance of doubt, I will wish to give you my official line. Please pick your pen, such that you can put a call across to me in case there is any broken down vehicle, there is obstruction, there is road traffic crash. 122 is the first number to call. It's a toll-free number. But this one I'm going to call will definitely have to do with some coin. 080 7769 0223. I come again, 080 7769 0223. In case you want to speak with the sector commander, Ogun State, 080 7769 0202. Because you cannot talk of Lagos Ibadan without talking of Lagos, because when it is problematic in Ogun, it will get to Lagos.
Definitely.
You can get across to the sector commander, Lagos State, on 080 7769 0201. With that, problem of Lagos-Ibadan Express will be a thing of the past. And there will be quick intervention to obstructions.
But then let me quickly ask you this vital question. Can any of your men be reported to you if they act in any manner that is against the law?
That is why we have our name tags. That is why we have the vehicles with the body code. Anything, good or bad, report them appropriately. Necessary. If it is something we will tell them, well done, we'll give them a handshake. If it's something we will give them that will tell them to take slap, we'll give them a knock on the head. It's just as simple as that.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, there you've heard it. You heard from the horse's mouth. So in case you feel a federal road safety officer is trying to oppress you or act in a way that you feel and you know is against his own law, you can easily report, and you have his own number. You have this Lagos sector commander number as well. So you can report anybody at any time. But remember, if the person does something good as well, please do report that too, not just the bad ones. And he has also said that you obey traffic rules, and please, let's be orderly at this time. And remember, there are other ways to get to Shimawa that he has also told us, not just until you get to Capac C. It's going to be a fantastic Congress 2018. Remember, it's glory ahead. But before we say goodbye, let's say a very big thank you to the Assistant Corps Commander, Mr. Kehinde Amzat, the Mowe Unit of the Mowe Unit Command, Federal Road Safety Corps here at the Redemption Camp in Ogun State. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
My sincere pleasure.
Thank you so much. I know you'll be very busy from now.
I was busy even before coming to the studio, and
me.
I'll still be busy when after leaving the studio.
I know.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you, sir. And remember, it's the Redeemed Christian Church of God Holy Ghost Congress, which will be coming up on the 3rd of December till the 8th of December 2018. Kicks off Monday. And of course, we'll be expecting you, and you at the Redemption Camp, and it's sure going to be a fantastic Congress that you and I are never going to forget. I am Lekon Moshebi. Thank you so much for being part of this live broadcast. From now, you're going to be enjoying more and more interesting and entertaining program here on Dove Television. Till our Congress studios open again, God bless you, and bye for now. Thank you so much, sir. I shake on you.
Peace be unto you in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. First of all, I want to congratulate the man of God, our father in the Lord, Pastor Adeboye, and mother in Israel,